welcome to HBCU Delaware Talks. We're here tonight to talk to the community and you all who are tuned in on Channel 28 about college and what college has to offer. Being that I'm an HBCU alumni, I always talk about our HBCU schools in our community, but if you don't realize or know what's going on in the community, you must be living under a rock. Now, in light of all the violence and the talk regarding our community with the murders or being considered the murder capital, a lot of kids are hopeless and they're full of hopelessness. And we want to really get them back in tune with going to college. A lot of times now when they have a conversation, it's all about negative energy. So we want to really kind of turn that and talk about some of the positive things that are going on in our community with our youth. Before I get started, I'd just like to throw a prayer up to God and say thank you, Jesus, for allowing me this opportunity to come forth on TV to talk about HBCU schools and what we have to offer, and PWI schools as well. Order my tongue that I may say things that are acceptable by you in the name of Jesus. Heart, my soul, my mind says hallelujah, amen. And tonight, I want to introduce to you a group of students that are from college, that are home from college. Welcome to the show. And before we get started, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself and talk about what it is that you do in college and how college life has impacted your life. Okay? And your name?
My name is Christina Bang. I'm in my first year of college. I attend University of Delaware, and I'm majoring in environmental engineering.
Environmental engineering, awesome. Your name?
My name is Tiana Pratcher, and I go to Wilmington University, and my major is psychology.
Excellent.
My name is Jakira Crawford, and I'm a freshman at Morgan State University, and my major is accounting.
Accounting. Your name, sir?
My name is Dwayne Manlove. My name is Dwayne Manlove. I go to Northeastern University. I'm a business major with concentrations in entrepreneurship and finance, and I'm a second-year student.
Awesome. And your name?
Hi, my name is Kendall Lane. I go to Hampton University, and I am a computer science major, and this is my freshman year.
Welcome to the show. So before we get started, let me ask each one of you, why college? What made you decide to go to college and leave Delaware? Well, some of you have left Delaware, but what made you decide to go to college?
To further my aspirations for higher education, because you need it in a world that's developing in the sciences and mathematics. If you don't have a college education, you're pretty much stranded, especially in fulfilling those high qualities and the job positions that they have for today.
Awesome. What high school did you come from?
Christiana High.
Christiana High School, Christina School District. I hear a lot about the Christina School District, but as you can see, that Christina School District, they do produce scholars, and I appreciate that. Tell me a little bit about yourself and why did you decide to go to college?
College was always a main goal, but what really made me want to go is I wanted to be better than what was around me, so I had to go farther than what was around me. So.
Good. What is your major again? I'm sorry.
Psychology.
Psychology. How do you like Wilmington College? Back in the day, it was Wilmington College. I went there and took a class. It's Wilmington University now. How is it?
I like it. The professors and the faculty, they're all they make you feel comfortable. Like, they make the adjustment smooth. Like, they won't leave you hanging in the dust. So.
I'm not sure if you would call Wilmington University a HBCU or PWI university because really, what is it? Probably 50-50.
I would consider it a PWI.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Tell me about Morgan State.
I chose Morgan State because I wanted to be, I want to be an accountant, and to be an accountant, you need more certifications and you need a degree in it, of course. And it is a good business. Like, the business is like the best. I won't say that. Well, it is the best.
There you go.
It's the best major at Morgan, and they offer, when you get done, you get lots of jobs, like it's a lot of partnerships, and it's like basically off networking. So they got good networks.
Excellent. I heard a lot about Hampton University. It's a part of the Tidewater area. Of course, I'm a Norfolk State Spartan. Hampton University, tell me about Hampton and why you selected Hampton.
Okay. Well, I selected Hampton because, well, first my mom's an alumni.
Okay.
And so I visited there a lot. And I basically went, I remember a high school day, and I met all the faculty. And basically, I was interested in computer science. So talking to the chair of computer science, she just, like, made me feel welcomed and that she would, like, help me out through every step of the way. And they really have a good program there, and they have a lot of internship opportunities. It's basically why I chose Hampton and computer science.
Awesome. What high school did you attend when you were here?
Appoquinimec High School.
Appoquinimec. Okay, good. Mr. Manlove?
Okay, I chose to go to college primarily because it gave me a chance to develop myself while a chance to actually develop myself by myself in a way. That's why I went so far. I go to Boston and Northeastern.
Nice.
It gave me a chance to really develop those core skills, not just my business skills, but my people skills and my professional skills and stuff. So it gave me a chance to work on that. The main reason why I chose Northeastern is because I have a really good co-op program, which is pretty much paid internships. So before the time I graduate, I'll have a year and a half worth of work experience, and most of the students end up getting hired by their co-op employers by the time they graduate. So it gives you a step ahead of a lot of other schools. So
Awesome. Let me ask you, I'm sorry, your name again? Christine. At the University of Delaware, tell me, you live in the dorm? Or are you on campus? What is campus life for you? What is that like at the University of Delaware?
Well, it's a lot different from living at home.
Okay.
And the reason being is that you have to schedule your times for going to class and also from coming back to studying and eating, and the responsibility falls on your shoulders. So you don't have someone telling you that you need to go to class. Well, it's the better thing for you to do is to go to class because you're paying for it or a scholarship is paying for it. So you have to take the time to
so you have
fix yourself up.
You have to have pretty good study habits.
Yes. And
How many hours? So say, for instance, if you have 18 hours, you take 18-hour classes, or if you take 12 hours, how many hours per class do you have to put, how much time you have to put in per class?
About 3 hours.
About 3 hours? So if you have a 3-credit hour class, you should put in 3 hours
per
day for that class alone?
Yes, the number of hours you have in the classes, you just times it by 3. That's the number of hours you're supposed to study for just 1 hour of that class.
Wow, how many? Any of you? Do you study the hours according to your hours? Say, for instance, if you have 18 hours, are you studying? What is it? 36 hours, or do the math? You all in college?
It depends on what class it is. Certain classes that I know are harder for me, I'm gonna put extra time. Normally, my harder classes, I study 2 or 3 hours for those. The ones that come easy might be an hour. But I study every day though. I have to.
That's awesome. So as far as the transition from high school to college, can you tell me a little bit about your transition?
It was pretty okay because I'm the type of person that like to prioritize. So if I know I got to do something, I'm going to do that versus playing around or slacking. But dorm life for me was a little bit different because I'm used to having my own room, and you're sharing with somebody that you don't know. So you got to get used to that person. You got to get used to their habits. They might not have good habits. You just got to get used to the person. It was okay for me though. I like it. It's different.
So in high school, it's good to tell kids that in the classroom that they need to get to know each other, regardless whether they're black, white, Hispanic, doesn't matter, that they really need to get to know each other, because once they go to college, you're going to be roommates with somebody that you may not know?
Until
that
you
true?
get there, you'll know them when you get there. That's when you'll find out who it is.
Is that right? What else? Tell me something that Morgan State. What is Morgan State's? I mean, what is you all's top field of study? If I was to say,
It's
if I was to say
business.
that should stop the business program.
Because we're getting a new building right now. They're working on it.
Really? Morgan State's a beautiful school. Very nice. What about at Hampton? Tell me a little bit more about your college life or your campus life. I'm sorry.
Okay. Well, for all freshmen, like when you live on campus, you have curfews. So it was like Sunday through Thursday, you had to be in by 11 p.m. And then Friday and Saturday, you had until 1 a.m. And you had to be in the dorm. If you were not, you will get in trouble. You'll be locked out, and then all that stuff. The transition, it was pretty easy for me. It wasn't that bad. I just had to study more. I was fortunate that I had a good roommate, and even though there was a lot of events, there is like stuff every day to do on campus. I was able to like manage the time pretty well.
What is it like at Wilmington University? Because you're home, so you stay at home and then you commute. You're a commuter. Tell me what is that like? I mean, how many classes do you take a day?
I take 2 a day, so this semester I had 12 hours because I found that 15 hours was too much for me. And the good thing about Wilmington is they have what they call block classes. So that's like block 1 is 8 weeks, block 2 is another class, so it's another 8 weeks. Or you could take modular classes, which is 2 weekends, and you get everything in those 2 weekends, and then you're done. And then they have the semester classes and the online classes and the hybrid, which is half online, half in face-to-face. So, I mean, they gave me a good range, but I like the semester, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Mr. Manlove, you're in Boston. Talk to me about Boston. Are you involved with campus life? What do you do during your spare time? Because I know that travel back and forth is tough.
Yes, I'm in the finance club. I'm also in Delta Sigma Pi, which is like a finance entrepreneurship fraternity. I also try to do other things around campus, like there's dances and stuff I try to go to and stuff. Just try to remain active, because the difference between college and high school for me was I found out that I had a whole lot more extra time, because there's not like your parents and like your siblings and your friends put a whole lot more demands on their time at home than they did at school for me. So I found out I had a whole lot more extra time to get involved with extra things and to study more and stuff like that.
Extra time in college. Do you get any extra time in college? No extra time? What's your campus life like? What do you do on campus? Are you active? Or are you in any activities?
I've managed to join about 3 organizations.
I'm sorry?
I've managed to join about 3 organizations.
3? Uh-huh.
And pretty much my entire day consists of attending about 3 to 4 classes a day and then studying throughout. So I don't usually go to sleep until about midnight or a little past that, but it's been fairly consistent. So.
Excellent. Do you attend any of the football games, the basketball games, or?
I haven't gotten a chance.
Not yet?
No.
Okay. Let me ask you all, on the whole, you have free time during college life, and no one tells you to study. How does that affect you right now? I mean, as far as your grades, are you motivated to study every day, or do sometimes you just take a break? Or can you take a break? Like, say for instance, Friday night, you finish that last class on Friday. Do you wait till Sunday to complete your assignments, or do you start on Friday and work through Saturday? Tell me about it, anybody.
I'll usually start on Saturday. I won't start right after I got a class, but I'll just set certain hours. But on Sunday is when I mostly study, like all Sunday, like just straight work.
Straight work.
Yep.
What about you at Hampton?
Well, at first I wasn't really sure like what my schedule would be like, but I learned for me, I like to like get my work done like right after class, like right after I'm done, so it's fresh in my mind. So I just get most of it done, and then if I know I want to go somewhere, I will sit in my room and do it, and then I'll know I have to finish it later. But I don't like going out and then knowing like I still have work to do. But normally weekends during the day I'm doing my work.
Let me throw this question out here. How do you all contribute to the student population at your college or at your prospective college? As far as being a student at your college, what do you do different or extra to make you a known person at your university? Uh-oh.
I don't know. I try to just be as social as possible and meet as many people and like really try to get to know my professors too, because I know that a lot of my professors, I'm a business student, a lot of my professors have been CEOs of companies. They've done accounting for like members of the big four accounting firms and everything. So it's like really nice to try to get to know my professors and really get to know other students. Just try to be as social as possible.
Okay. Anybody else? No. One of the things that I like to do with the HBCU Delaware Coalition Incorporated is to purchase the Jackson Street Boys Club building. I don't know if you know where the Jackson Street Boys Club building is, but they closed it. And one of the things that I would like to do is purchase it, and I asked for, well, I'll try to raise or generate $1 million at $1 at a time. And the reason why I like to open it up, because a lot of our boys are really, between the ages of 16 and 26 years old, they shoot each other. And a lot of times they're really killing each other because of their lack of skills. And if they don't have skills, sometimes they can't fill out an application. If you can't fill out an application, you can't get employment. So if you can't get employment, you can't really take care of yourself. So what happens, a lot of times, if they can't take care of themselves, they need money to survive. So then they go out on the streets and they hustle. And that's what's happening. A lot of them are hustling, then you end up, getting locked up, getting killed because of their lack of skills. We as educators need to be more sensitive about what our kids go through or what our youth is going through, and try not to look at them learning the way we teach, but we need to really teach the way that they learn, because we really need to build up our community. It's not bad as they say it is, as far as downstate, as far as the national government saying that Delaware is a murder capital. As you can see, Delaware is not. As you can see that we have very positive and successful kids who are striving to be successful students, and I think we will conquer that what they're saying about our youth. In light of our crime, what do you think you can do to help our youth to get back on track? What kind of words of encouragement that you can give them? And before you go there, I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you about the reason why I would like to purchase Jackson Street Boys Club. Forgive me, this is live television. But the reason I would like to purchase that Boys Club is to open it up as, and it has nothing to do with me being biased with female and girls, but it used to be called Jackson Street Boys Club. And when I grew up in Jackson Street Boys Club, it was just Jackson Street Boys Club. And they, then they changed it to Jackson Street Boys and Girls Club. To me, and I could be wrong, I just feel like that took the boys' attention from growing from boys to men. And it has not to say anything about boys can't grow up with girls. It's just the fact at that age, they really need to focus on boy things. And what I would like to open it up as is the Jackson Street Club for boys, run by the HBCU or college alumni to run the operation, but to have students from college to really do all the work in the Boys Club so that you all could be mentors to the high school students, and the high school students be mentors to the middle school students, and the middle school students be mentors to the elementary school students. So then we start talking college from elementary school. And we need students, we need you all to actually come home and be and lead. We need for our government to look at you all as our future leaders. A lot of times I see that in the government, our youth aren't getting the opportunity to be heard and or seen. So I like to change that and have you all be the leaders and just help impact the community. Because one thing I do know is that students will listen to students, or kids will listen to kids more so than they listen to adults. So right now you all are in a very, very good position where you could come back and impact our community. With that being said, I'm going to go to a break and we'll talk more. So stay tuned. Thank you and welcome back. At this point in time, I just want to thank my guests for coming on and just ask if you have anything that you would like to say to one of them students out there that really wants to go to college but doesn't know how. Tell them a little bit about the stick-to-itiveness that you have to do, because I know we all sometimes go through some things when we're away from home. I know sometimes we get lonely when we're away from home. So just give any encouraging things that you can say, or encouraging words that you can say to our youth.
Well, one thing I'd like to say is that once you get on the campus, that you should at least try to befriend at least a classmate that you've met since high school, or your roommate, or anywhere else, so that when you need them, you can go into study group sessions, or you can ask them for that extra help, because it's better to do it together than to do it individually for some really difficult projects.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So that teamwork always works. Mr. Mailer.
Another thing is really just try to stay as positive as possible and just work as hard as you can, because opportunities that come, like, not just in school but in your life, they come like through hard work, and they don't just appear out of nowhere. They come through hard work and they come through determination. So you keep working hard, it'll find a way that it'll happen. So
Okay.
I just want to say, just don't be afraid to ask questions about stuff, even if you may feel like it's not, like, people don't understand why you're asking it. You can ask your professors, you can even ask students, you can ask anybody, because we are a family and we do want to help each other, and we want to see each other become successful.
I just want to say that you should never be afraid to ask for help, and don't ever give up, because if it's your dream, you should do whatever it takes to accomplish your goals.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like everybody said everything, but like I would just say, don't like put yourself in like a hole. Like, just make sure you're socializing with everybody and just have a friend, because when you're with somebody else, things may be easier than when you're alone.
And that's great. Again, I thank you. I encourage you to stay in there. What I like to see, since I'm building on the HBCU Delaware Coalition Incorporated, and we meet every third Friday for a membership drive mixer at the West End Hotel. And what I like to see happen is that we come together, because like you, there's a lot of graduates, alumni that come from each school, and we like to reach out to you, bring you into the mixer, so we can just start this communication, start this drive, so you all could just be the impact. Because if you all are not employed, I can't retire. and I need to retire just like most of us. But it's awesome that you're in college, and I'm just happy for you, and I just pray that everything goes well. And I want to give you my information, so if you are going through, because sometimes we may go through some things financially, it just might not say, Dad, I need a couple dollars. He'd be like, no. So with our organization, we're trying to build so we can reach out to you. And just to bring you back, I'm trying to do a HBCU Delaware Day at Riding Square this summer. And when I say HBCU, that's only because it's historically black colleges and universities, but it's for all of us in Wilmington, Delaware. And our youth need to see that there are people out there that are going through, but they stick to it. And again, I thank you for all that you do in the lives of people. I thank you for coming on the show, and I will be reaching out to each and every one of you. Before you leave, I would like to give you my information, and I'd like to get a picture. So thank you, and for that, I'm going to go to a break.